Hey crafty peeps, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the covers for the mini album that we're creating. Sorry, I just bumped the camera there. So I won't show you how I actually cover the chipboard pieces. I'm pretty sure you're well aware of it. There's plenty of tutorials out there. I just want to get into the nitty gritty of it. Okay, so what you'll need for the album covers for this particular album is 6x9 and you'll need 2 pieces. Then you'll need 2 1/4 by 9 inch spine, and obviously you'll need the one. Okay, I'll be back in a jiff. Hi crafty peeps, back with a tutorial for the Cottage Feels mini album. I have done the video, you guys would have seen the video for the chipboard measurements. This is the next part of it. I've already covered it. I didn't want to cover it on camera. I didn't want to bore you with it or anything, so I covered it off camera. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is this front part here with the pocket window. Now, I have actually used transparency film for the front here, and I did use my Pink Fresh dies, okay? And that's what they look like. You get 4 dies in it. Now with this one, I didn't do a border around it, but however with the second one that I created, the Christmas one, I did do the gold border around it. I'm not going to do it with this one, just so that I can keep the memento going. And besides, I didn't want to mess it up. Okay, so what you will need now, if you haven't got dies, window dies or whatever, don't stress, because you can always cut it out. Okay, you've got a ruler, pencil, you can use an X-Acto knife or a paper trimmer to cut out your window. All right, okay, so I did pre-cut this, and of course I cut out the measurements. So for the pocket, the window pocket, you'll need to measure it 10 by 5 and score it at 1/2 inch. Now you would score it 1/2 inch on the 10-inch side, okay? You're gonna need a layering piece. Now, I did not stick this down or glue it down, only because I want to sandwich the transparency film in between this sheet of paper and the cardstock, okay? If I put it in the other way, there's a good chance it might catch as I'm sliding the photo mat in, and I don't want that, okay? Then you will need the flip piece. It measures at 5 3/4 by 9 and score it at 3/4 inch on your 5 3/4 inch side, okay? So we've got that. I did add tape to my transparency film already. I'm using, what am I using? The Vintage Photo Distress ink. I did have the oxide ink. I don't know where it went, unfortunately, so I'm using the Distress ink. It took me a day to find my dies because I put them in a, quotation marks, safe place, and it was very safe, believe me. Okay, so I'm gonna take the strips off. I should move my little bin on the side here. Okay. Just want to make sure it's all clean as well. So before you layer anything, make sure your transparency film is wiped of any debris. Okay, and hopefully I'm in frame for you all. I want to move it over a little smidgen. Now, as you can see, I just cut out, I did leave a bit of edge on the inside, and that is fine. You don't need to go edge to edge, but it's your choice, your album. We're all good with that. So I'm just going to change that around there, and let me see if I have, just move my trolley and see if I've got these little cloth things to actually clear my transparency. Right, perfect. Then I'm going to get some tape, and I am just going to put it around the edges. There it is there. I hope everybody is well. I've got a chilly day today. It's been chilly all weekend, but I like the cooler weather. Alrighty, I will do, let me see, because I don't really need to cover that bit up too. Oh, went over on that one. Alrighty. I'm going to use a slightly finer tape on this side. Need scissors for this one because this one's a lot stronger. This is the one that Steph sent me, my dear friend. She is Tay's Tatters here on YouTube, so go check her out. Ooh, okay. Alrighty. So that's all burnished down, and I'm going to remove the tape and let's put it on top. Now I find the transparency film takes to the adhesive really well. The excuse me, the acetate one, you really have to use a real strong bonding tape, or you can use wet glue. I don't trust it with wet glue. However, it does give you a bit more maneuver time to be able to put your papers to layer down. So I just want to make sure there's no tape hanging over. And let's see, gotta make sure I've got it the right way too. Okay, no, that is the wrong way. So I'm just going to turn it around. You won't be able to see that part where I lifted it off, thank goodness for that. And this is the downside, I guess, to having your tape, because once it gets caught on there, that's it basically, isn't it? You can use undo to lift it up. I don't know how good it is on this sort of tape, but anyway. All right, get that little bit underneath there. All right, perfect. And if you've got bits hanging out, you can get an eraser, which is like a tape eraser. Mine's pretty jumped up at the moment, but it's like this. So it really like removes that excess, that tape that you've got on the edge. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've already layered 1/2 inch piece on here, a strip, and then I'm going to layer another piece underneath. Now, when you put the pocket window on top, I picked that design because I wanted to see the butterflies underneath, even though you won't be able to see it because you'll have your photo mat in there. But once you take the photo mat, it'll have this pretty design behind it. Okay, so what we will do is, I might use this tape instead. I should have probably went with glue, but that's all good. We'll use glue afterwards. So I'm going to put tape on this one. And then I want to put tape on the back piece here. Sorry, I've got to make sure I'm not in frame. That I'm not hanging over. Sorry, guys. The other thing is, well, sorry about the lighting. It's starting to get a bit darker here. This is coming out a bit later than what I anticipated it. Unfortunately, that happens when you get sick. Even though you're in quarantine, even though you're in lockdown, I still managed to get sick. Can't get over that. Alrighty. So if I'm a bit slow on the uptake here, guys, bear with me. We'll get there eventually. All right, beautiful. So I've just taken that. And I love this Cricut tool. I really do. It just makes my life so much easier. Alrighty. So we're going to put it on that pocket, on that flip part here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, move that over a bit more. Okay, then we are going to add our pocket. Now, before you put the front cover on, which I didn't even think, before you put it on, you'll need to adhere a magnet to it first, okay? Then, when your magnet's underneath it, you can put a magnet towards on the back of this as well, and it should click in place once you take that down. Okay, so let's see, which way is this going? Oh, sorry guys, I've got something on there. It's a lot harder to clean it off afterwards, so might as well do it now. All right, so I'm going to get that edge to edge, and then right over the edge here as well. I want to have it because you don't want it to sit on your fold line here, okay? Because otherwise it will obstruct it, and we don't want that. Okay, perfect. Then just on the back, I am going to add some tape. Now this part you won't see. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to grab my album. I'm going to face it my way here so that you guys can see. So what I want to do is get it as close as I can to the edge of the paper there, the designer paper, because as you can see, I've left a bit of a border around, and then just line it up so the top and bottom along here are pretty even as well. So that is the front cover there, and when you open it up, you'll have that there. So I would probably leave this, I would probably do the magnet first, or you can choose not to do it and not have the magnet there. It's up to you, but I really like the look of this. So that's the cover done. At the end of it, we'll go back and we'll go decorate it, only because I want to get started on the pages as well. Now with this album, you can pick any binding you like. Okay, yeah, whatever you're comfortable with. There's a lot of binding methods out there, and we'll go ahead after this video. In a couple of days' time, we'll have the pages coming up as well. Okay, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you hanging around and waiting for me. And thank you for watching. Thank you to all the new subbies coming on board, and thank you to the lovely continuous subbies who have been around for quite a while. I do appreciate it. Okay, have a happy scrappy day. Take care, guys. Bye.